So we know that there's a rise in demand for parent options when in choice for children. I'd like to thank Dr. Stephen Gutentag, who spearheaded the research that went into the next couple of slides that was a short/long-term study of the rise in demand. And although it may seem dated, as it's a few years old, it's important to recognize that this was just 2 years ago. And based upon what we've seen in the research that our foundation is doing, which we'll share with you in the months to come and some initial findings today, families are demanding options for their children, and those options are centered around blended and online courses because they are, just simply said, able to provide more opportunities for their children. And so thank you, Dr. Gutentag, for doing this research and spearheading that. Since 2010, we've seen an increase in 25% in blended and online offerings. And I just want to clarify, when we talk about blended and online offerings, it's not limited to online courses or part online in the school and at home. That also is representative of personalized learning options and digital tools in schools. So we are all encompassing. And when we set forth to accomplish the mission and vision of our foundation, it's very important to our board and to myself that we don't limit ourselves. We honor and respect all learning environments, and you'll see that in the outcomes from our student scholarship program. We want to be able to tell the story with more clarity, with more consistency, and with respect for all school types. Gone is the day of traditional education and online and blended schools. We exist in the same space. So when we're able to highlight transformative practices that are taking place in the classrooms, that teachers are leading, that can be replicated and shared, when we can bring to the forefront digital scholars who can talk about their experiences with digital education and how that shaped and transformed their own individual life, regardless of their geographic region or their school limitation, that is when we're going to see true change. So I echo what Nasir said earlier. So to the foundation, and I know I have just a few minutes, so I'd be glad to expand upon the work that we do later on or after the presentation. The Foundation for Blended and Online Learning exists to increase availability, access, and quality of digital options for kids throughout our country. So as such, we rolled out 3 programs this year. We launched in February. Although it feels like it's been 5 years, it hasn't even been a year. So it's incredible that our board has been able to convene and drive these programs over the course of the last 8 months. The first is a scholarship program for students. And the criteria this year was we wanted to recognize students who had taken a minimum of 5 online or blended courses and could demonstrate how their digital experience, again, shaped or transformed their life. We left it open because we wanted to see what the students brought to the table. We also are not in the art of giving them a check. We wanted to create a cohort of learners that we could track. We want to be more than a funding source for those students. We want to have success stories in 2, 4, 10 years about the impact of their secondary education and how that impacted their post-secondary plans. And so we'll watch a video in a few minutes of one of our students. I'm really excited to have him tell the story himself, and you'll be able to share in his success and in his journey. So we did award 31 scholarships to students in 22 states from a variety of learning environments: private brick and mortar, public brick and mortar schools, online schools, and blended schools within districts. And we have plenty of information to share with you on where they came from and where they went. So if that's of interest to you, we can make that available to you afterwards. What was very telling was the story and their own individual impact that it had on them. We, I'm sure, can all anticipate 3 to 5 of the common threads. What we were able to achieve was 10 to 20 more individual stories that were outside the scope of what we had heard before. So we're really excited to share those as well. In addition, we'll be announcing our 2016 Educator Grant recipients in less than a week. We have just notified those winners this week, and we had the chance to talk to them on the phone about their experiences. Super exciting that all of the winners came from brick and mortar districts. We weren't limited and we didn't target those teachers, but those were the teachers that through Google search, because we asked them, how did you find out about us? They were doing a search on the internet. They found out about the program, applied, and they were awarded money for transformational practices. from a rural district in Alabama that is looking to integrate agricultural programs for their students in a technology-based environment, to a parochial school in Maine that has been approved by the diocese to start an online program. We have many stories of success that we're excited to share. We're also fortunate, the third program that we rolled out was industry-wide research on what we anticipate seeing with the future of digital education from the parent and student perspective. So we were fortunate to partner with John Watson from Evergreen Education, who's here today, and he leads an education group that's focused on research and best practices, and so we're working with them to conduct research through a survey of 75 schools. We'll have those findings available within the next month. So without further ado, I do want to share with you this brief video so you can hear it from this student himself. This is one of our 2016 scholarship winner recipients.
My best friend gave me the best advice. He said each day's a gift and not a given right. Leave no stone unturned, leave your fears behind, and try to take the path less traveled by. That first step you take is the longest ride. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. If today was your last day, against the grain should be a way of life. What's worth the prize is always worth the fight. Every second counts, 'cause there's no second try. So live like you've never lived twice. Don't take the free ride in your own life. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And what you call those friends you never see? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And once you find that one you're dreaming of, swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love. If today was your last day, if today was your last day, would you make your mark by mending a broken heart? You know it's never too late to shoot for the stars, regardless of who you are. So do whatever it takes, 'cause you can't rewind a moment in this life. Let nothing stand in your way, 'cause the hands of time are never on your side. If today was your last day and tomorrow was too late, could you say goodbye to yesterday? Or would you live each moment like your last? Leave old pictures in the past. Donate every dime you had. And what you call those friends you never see? Reminisce on memories. Would you forgive your enemies? And once you find that one you're dreaming of, swear up and down to God above that you finally fall in love.
Thank you so much, Amy, for shining the spotlight on your scholars. Again, I want to remind everyone to share this conversation. Hashtag rethink learning 16. Please share this conversation. Share what you're working on. Share your biggest challenges. Students, I don't think you have cell phones, but when you get home, please share it. Well, when you get back to school, share our conversation with your classmates.